Hello everyone, my name is Alex, and today we're doing something a little different. We're going to be out demoing a toolbar with one of my customers. So we'll go over and look at the bar, look at the tractor, see what all we're working with here. And I'm trying not to fall in the field right now because I'm a big dumb. And hopefully we're going to have a big productive day. This one's probably going to be pretty short as I don't do this kind of video. So yeah, let's see what we're working with. So here's the tractor that we're going to be running today. It is a Steiger 350. It's got our little swing pipe up on top of it. It's got the older style brass gate right there. So you can see only one little hose. So that thing just springs open and then we force it closed if it needs to be. And then that's where our little orange balls right there, that'll come through. That cleans out all of our line and just gets it out of this. So pretty neat, and it goes off like a cannon. The toolbar that we're running looks old and crusty, but she's actually pretty good. This used to be a VTI bar, which is vertical till, and then we took it in as a trade and decided to make a very decent demo unit out of it. So it has our Gen 1 torsion flex row units on it. These have just one little grease point right there. That's it. All the hubs and everything are oil bath. You check them once a week, and they've got like 4 points of articulation. So the spring that's right here, that makes it go from side to side. We can set the tension on that. We have one torsion unit right here. Sorry if that goes all kind of weird. You can see we got little pieces of rubber. The rubber in there acts as the spring. And then the same thing down to here. This unit does not have the knives on it, so we just got a down tube on it. But it is around 32 feet wide. Probably just a shade under, I guess. On 24-inch centers, just depending on however Scott measured it out whenever they put it all together. And it's heavy. It's really good at spreading political promises, let's just say that. So the ground that we're running in today, this is always what gets you. So this crumbles up pretty good. We should be good. Should be good to go. Now, if this is really muddy, what would happen is it would start to pack in and then make not good ground to run in. So yeah, this should be perfect. A little bit of stubble never hurt nobody. If we take a look over there, way out there's Sneeders, just humming along, trying to get across the field there. He's going to start laying hose out for this set. Speaking of tractors and hose and everything like that, here actually comes the owner of all of the equipment today. His name is Brandon, and he's pulling two of our TTR 20s. Well, TTR 20, a 16, and then the wonderful Pink Panther. So the Pink Panther is a pump that was built by him that has our control system on it. And yeah, we're going to get to see all this in action today. So what we can see Brandon doing here is he's laying out hose in the east and west direction. Okay, and if I were to take a guess, he might hang a right here and come right down to us. I don't know how this field's going to be set up or exactly where we're pumping at. We've got all of the acres to choose from, so we'll kind of see what goes on here. And you can see the big reel hanging on the back there between the cart and the tractor. That's a hose humper. We'll talk about more of it later. Okay, so I was right. He did hang a right, and he's coming right down the ditch line here. So the reason for this is if he lays it out in this ditch, then we don't have to worry about it being in the field whenever we're pumping, right? So we can come just right up to the field line right there. And just, that was bad. That was really bad. But yeah, we can come right up to the field edge because we don't go with the rows like what we're standing on now. We don't go this way. We won't even try to go this way. We go at a 45. So we're going to follow this line out and work one side of it, then flip. Okay, so we do, well, it just depends on how he wants to do it today. We either do 40-acre sets or 80s, super 60s, just wherever he decides he's going to run it. I don't run the tractor, I just bring all the toys.
Hello everybody, a little bit of future me here really quick. So this is Lightspeed Pro. This is one of the programs that we use. Just really quickly, some things that you're going to see here. So green's fields, blues pits or barns, red's obstacles, orange's hose, reds are drags, and little blue guys, where are we at, are pumps. So we started down here. We're going to pump along here. This is all the hose that we laid out. So we went west here, north here, west, northwest, and then through a culvert. So this is where you seen Brandon coming down the ditch in the tractor. We ended up putting a booster right here, and we're going to divide this field up into 4 sections instead of doing the whole 160-acre shot. So 40, 40, 40, and then a 40. So we started here, and then we're going to start doing this side, right? So we don't go with the rows, we go 45 degrees out. We're going to finish off this little section, pull our bow tie out, pull our hose back straight, and come back on this side. So we always want the hose to be moving along itself. If you ever pull a garden hose across your yard and you try to go like sideways across the yard, windshield wiper it, it likes to roll over, doesn't it? So we don't do that, we go with the hose. So we'll do that, then we'll do this one, then this one, and then this one. This is our out. So this is where we started at this morning, putting all the parts and stuff on the tractor, and right there's our little field approach. So that is what I was saying about the being 45 out and not knowing where we were going, because I did not know what field. So now you know what the hell I'm talking about.
So the only thing left that we have to do is, there's supposed to be a hose here that goes to there. And so we have to make that. This one's a little bit different than his old one, so we got to get that done. Which means we got to put one of these on through a piece of hose. So in dragline, you know, we got to have a place to store hose. What we just looked at with Brandon going across the field there is one of our little bit bigger hose carts called a TTR20 that can hold 20 pieces of 6-inch line. This is an HC16. It can hold 16 pieces. See, good naming scheme, right? And we go pieces are every 660 feet. So an HC16 carrying 16 pieces of 8-inch line, or 6-inch line, 6-inch line, can hold 2 miles of 6-inch. It can hold around 9 pieces of 8-inch line, which is what he has on here today, give or take. And there's still a little bit of dome showing, so we can see here we've still got area. He may not have her plumb full, so the orange hose here, that's all of the drag hose. That's the hose that'll be connected to that one. So should be pretty good. Now the way that this thing works is pretty simple too. There's a couple little pins. He's already got them pulled because we've already been out here this morning. So these little fellas here, pull them out, and this tongue swivels back and forth behind the tractor. This one has 2-speed motors, so we got a high and a low speed. That's very nice for going across the field. Like we need to go just bucking it across through here and get everything off and back on pretty quick. That's just done by a toggle switch up in the hose humping tractor, which is what he's in way out there. So don't mind my fingers, nervous twitch, whatever. Yeah, and then you just kind of unroll it. The swivel's for when you wanted it back on. That way you can go from one side to the other and get her laid in there pretty good. So you got that one decently wound. A little bit fat there, may not been pulled on fast enough, but it's been sitting a couple days too. So it's gas that builds up inside the hose, and that'll make it expand. So the tighter that we can wrap it, and the faster that we wrap it, we push out all those gases and liquids whenever we're pulling it taut, and that'll help it from expanding. Our hose carts have domed ends, so they kind of go like this on the inside. We lose a little bit of capacity, but as that hose expands, it has somewhere to go. It can go up, right? The straight side ones, as that hose expands whenever it's in storage, it can either damage the reel or damage the hose, and the hose is expensive. 8-inch mainline is like $11 a foot, and you're talking a mile of it, so 5,280. You know, you're looking a big chunk of change. So we try to keep everything all nice and safe. Now our site stuff, and you may be having a hard time trying to hear me, or I could be yelling for no reason at all, depending on how this phone wants to work. But our site is where everything starts. We start with agitation. That's what this unit is. It's a mobile agitation unit. So we take a look down inside of here, and we can see this is going to start very slowly, start moving out throughout the day. And what this has is a big pump on the bottom, and it'll pull it up and just squirt it right back out. And it's all hydraulically driven off of that pump there and that little Cat 4.4 engine there. The other part of the operation is this. This is a self-prime unit with a John Deere 9-liter engine and a 6N HTB pump. It's self-prime, so that means we pull a vacuum on this orange Corley hose. So the hose doesn't go like this. That's why them wraps are like that. Then we just dip the hose down in. This is laying almost on the bottom at a slight angle, and we're going to pull out all that manure. The manure will go up into the eye of the pump, get spun around and flung out this side, down this pipe where it's pressurized. Then out to the field she goes. And then she goes out to the booster. The booster boosts the pressure back up, and it goes out to the tractor. This absolute unit right here is the pride and joy. This is the Pink Panther. I know it looks, you know, like it's not much, you know, but it works. And it works so well for what he needs to do. You know, we go and sell him a brand new pump, but he knows this motor, he has parts for it. You know, he has parts on hand for all his pumps and everything. It's simple. He can just yank it anywhere he needs to go. So we never make fun of this thing because Lord knows it saved our ass a couple times. So we'll go with that. It is loud though. It's got a big 855 big cam on it and a little bitty pump. But a little bitty pump does pretty good for the gallons that he needs to do. So maxed out, this little guy, if you pack it full, so we have an inlet here. The inlet goes in, then up, and then into the pump here. So we spin the pump burns up horsepower to make flow and pressure. If we pack this in, you know, we're shoving a lot into this way, and then we have a good outflow, we can get about 2,400 gallon a minute out of this little pump. And it's just got like a little, I want to say for an HTV has like a 17-inch impeller, so it's real tiny. It's not big by any means. It does have our control panel on it though, with a fancy sticker. So this thing can be operated anywhere. Like I can run this off my phone. I can run the mechanical engine off of my phone. And it makes things just so much easier. And we've added this little guy here, a DC power pack. So whenever we command a gate, so if I go to gates here, okay, so the inlet gate is open, we're not even running, and it closes, and then it opens right back up. So this makes it pretty easy to pig with too. So a pig, again, is the little orange ball that we looked at before. We want to put this in bypass as the pig comes to it or close to it. That way the pig doesn't go up into the pump. So we'd open up the inlet, open up the bypass, and close the outlet. So it's going to take the path of least resistance and keep just going down the line. So pretty handy for that. Being able to have the engine off so you're not cavitating out the pump, because cavitation is a completely different deal we could go into. But you don't want to cavitate the pump, so you shut it off and you can just shoot your pig that away. And the pig's shot with air, so you won't see me anywhere near this whenever there's air going through it. So not only have I picked up a friend here, but we did get the bar running, and we're currently going about 4 miles an hour. So, but we're still filling all the line. So if you can see the little spurts coming up right there, that is because the hose that we made is not tense yet. So there's no pressure at there. So we're still filling up all the lines. Everything is getting to where it needs to be. And as soon as we get it up and, you know, full pressure and everything, we'll stop seeing these squirting feels because the whole system needs to be pressurized. Oh, we're getting sprayed. Yummy. Pig shit. Here we got the Panther just kind of sitting out here acting as a booster pump. So a booster pump boosts the amount of pressure that we can put in. So as we leave the barn at 100 and something odd PSI, you know, it can be like anywhere between 175 and 210. Every section of hose that we go out, that's at 660 feet that we were talking about, you're going to lose X amount of pressure per gallon of minute. So what we do is, right now he has this one set up and it's intaking 30 PSI of manure, and then it's outputting another 200 going out to the tractor that you can see out there running around. So sadly, this is where my job for the day ends. We've got them up and running. You know, this is what normally happens in a demo scenario. It's 4 o'clock my time now, so these guys will continue to run damn near all night, if not all night, and we'll kind of see what their thoughts are going into the next day.
Okay, everybody, this is actually where we're going to leave it at for today. Basically, just looking at the dashboard, seeing how everything's running. Doesn't look like they've shut down any, so that's a very good sign. It's almost 10 o'clock my time. So, yeah, this is how we control everything from these 4 tabs up here. So we have the engines tab, the gates tab, the auto page, and then the dashboard. This is where we normally sit. So I'm in my house south of Sioux Falls. He's up near the Minnesota border, and I can control everything just like I was right there. So I got on-offs and all that fun stuff. We can even see, pick on the Agi because it's the most updated, all of its hydro temp, level, water temp, engine oil, all that fun stuff. So anytime that you guys see me on a live stream, I'll make, hold on a second, I gotta go. I'm going to go check these pages, see if I can help out a customer like that and get them going. This is part of our Lightspeed control system suite, so you know, pretty decent deal. It's actually the best on the market. I'll just, yeah, we'll pat ourselves on the back for that. But yeah, this is where we're going to end up for the day. I want to thank everybody for watching. I know this is an odd video, and I know that I need to lose weight because I'm starting to get heavy breathing problems. So yeah, that's where we're going to leave it. Everybody, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.